This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Collins v. Collins. You all have been together and married 13 years, but allegations of infidelity have you living in separate homes. Can you explain to me, Ms. Collins, why you are here?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here because I believe my husband's cheating on me. He's an ordained minister, and I believe he's been laying hands on every woman around town. Also, our sex life is different. And if he's been cheating on me, I'm leaving him.
Well, there it is.
That wraps it up, doesn't it?
And you say he's an ordained minister,
Yes,
and
Your
you
Honor.
believe he's laying hands on everybody.
First of all, none of that's true.
All right?
But what are you here to show?
I'm here to show I love my wife. Secondly, to prove my innocence. And thirdly, to restore my marriage.
All right. But you are living in separate homes like right now. Is that correct, Mr.
This is
Collins?
correct.
What has this been like for you?
I've tried to do everything right, and it's like it didn't work. Like the fiery darts was able to penetrate. And with them penetrating, it caused me to be separated from my wife.
And when you're suffering and when you're going through it, you got to look back on the good times. What were the good times like when you all got together?
Well, how I met my wife.
Yeah.
My former fiancée, she was battling leukemia, and she
Okay.
was in the hospital.
So this is a different woman you were engaged to?
Yes.
Okay.
One day I didn't have to go to work, headed to the hospital, it was raining, and it started to rain, pouring down harder, and I seen the sister walking. So I turned around and asked her if I could give her a ride because it was raining, and let her know I wasn't trying to pull no hanky-panky or nothing like that. I immediately told her about my fiancé, upon which I dropped her off to her family member's house. I went to the hospital. When I made it to the hospital, my fiancé said, "You met her?" I said, "Yes, I did meet someone."
When you get to the hospital to see your fiancée who's fighting leukemia,
Yes.
she says you met her.
Yes, and may I expound on that?
Okay, because I'm like, what?
I'm sorry, because this is the crucial thing, is that when I came home one day, this is before she had to go to the hospital.
Okay.
I came in, tears streaming down her face. She says, "I'm not the one you meant to be with. I'm only to train you up for her." I immediately told her, "Stop talking like that. You know, you're not going nowhere."
Okay.
Then she proceeded to tell me, "Yes, I know. My prayer has already been answered."
Okay. Wow. So
Yes.
she basically had a prophecy about Miss
ma'am.
Collins.
Yes, ma'am.
Woo! Ooh, I got chills. Okay.
Miss Collins, that's a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
What did you love about him in the beginning?
I loved about him because he was so honest. He was very honest, and he was such a gentleman.
How did he make you feel at the beginning of your relationship?
Like a queen, like I was everything.
It's just it. You are everything. That's why I'm here.
And now how do you feel?
Like trash to him. Like he don't even care about me.
That's not true at
And
all.
you believe this is all because he's cheating with somebody else?
Yes.
That I have not
believe
done.
that he has cheated with someone else.
What are the warning signs that you've seen that make you believe that?
Well, one of the warning signs was my husband and I, we watch porn, and we saw some things, and we wanted some condoms to try some different things. Well, when I get home, he already has the condoms not in a package. They looked old, and being that we wasn't getting along, he was
Not
supposed
true.
to wait for me to go get them. We were
Not
supposed
true.
to do that together.
Not true.
So-
We're not
So you're
old.
wondering who he had these old condoms for, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, tell us what happened.
Yes, I did go get the condoms, but it wasn't like she think. I went to the store to get me some loose cigarettes. The man behind the counter told me they did sell singles. Opposed to spending $5 and some change on the box, I bought 3 singles. Maybe it was a bad judgment on me going and getting them by myself.
Yes,
I don't
it was.
deny that. But as far as me having them for someone else, that is not true. I solely went and bought them for the purpose of what me and my wife had discussed.
But the problem is you think that he got them or had them
Yes.
for somebody else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why would I have something and put it in plain sight for you to find if I was trying to hide or do anything deceitful?
And Miss Collins, you don't believe him?
No.
Other than
make me a
finding the
liar.
condoms, what other reason do you have to believe that he's cheating?
I saw a text one night, we laying in bed 3 o'clock in the morning. "How you doing, stranger?" And then another one, that exact stranger. And
Okay.
another one,
Okay.
3 o'clock in the morning from a female that I know saying she can't sleep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And you submitted those those?
He didn't defend me or nothing.
So you submitted those recollections to the court, is that right?
I sure did.
All right, so the first one you mentioned, this is from a woman that says, "How are you doing, stranger?"
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is at 3 in the morning.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're like, okay, that's a phrase you use with somebody you haven't seen in a while.
Ain't
Hold
nothing
up.
open that time of night
Hold
but
up.
legs, Your Honor.
That concerns me, but it's the next one that's causing me some issue. This is another text that you saw from another woman
That I know, yes.
that you know,
Yes.
and it says, "I can't sleep."
3 o'clock
This
in
is
the
from
morning.
3 o'clock in the
My
morning.
husband saying she can't sleep.
Now, to me,
I texted her back and said, well, tell your husband that. He didn't text her back and say nothing. He didn't do nothing.
First of all, that's not true at all.
but Mr. Collins, my concern is this text you received at 3 in the morning
Okay.
from another woman that says, "I can't sleep."
Right.
To me, that's just a step below, "You up?"
Okay.
So, and you know what?
Okay,
When you get a
okay,
text at 3 in the morning that
okay.
says, "You
I hear
up,"
exactly
you
what
know
you're
what that
saying.
means, right?
I hear exactly what
Okay,
you're saying.
now, here's my question. Why are you receiving late night texts from women saying, "How you doing, stranger?" and "I can't sleep"?
Okay. The first one, the "how you doing, stranger" thing, is that someone that I met. I talked with her nephew, giving him some counseling. That was it. Never had any relations with this woman, nor from anywhere else.
Here's the problem.
Yes, ma'am.
It takes a certain level of comfortability
Right.
to decide.
To do such a thing.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying.
But in his
maybe
defense, he
that-
can't control who texts him.
maybe-
All right, but
maybe that
why?
happened
Okay,
from-
well, can you explain to me? I can't sleep. Because my response would have been so.
But he didn't say
listen,
nothing.
Listen,
I defended
didn't have a
myself.
chance to respond because she took my phone and did what she wanted
But
to do.
why are?
Opposing.
But the question is no. The question is
Yes, and
why?
I did address it.
No.
But because I didn't address it,
Mr. Collins,
like
you're not
she
listening.
wanted me to.
You're not listening. You're not listening.
I'm listening, sir.
Listen to me. Why is a woman texting you at 3 in the morning saying, "I can't sleep"?
That I can't answer why she put it in that context at all. But me.
So is this a woman that you have a relationship with?
No, not at all.
Is this
sir.
a woman that you've been intimate with?
No.
She obviously felt comfortable enough with you, out of all the people in the world, to text at 3 in the morning, "I can't sleep."
And I do understand, in hindsight, I should have did a little bit more than what I did at the time.
Miss Collins, what else do you have?
One of my co-workers pulled me to the side one day.
Oh, my God.
She's a stripper, mind you. She pulls me to the side one day. She said, your husband gave me a ride home. Out of line right there, because she shouldn't have never been in the car without me. Then she say, your husband asked me to do a private dance for her.
That's a lie.
She told you this.
She was crying with tears in her eye because everybody at my job liked him. And they felt that they could talk to him, and, you know, that's why she would talk to him sometimes. But when he got out of line, what she say, he asked her to strip for him private.
Okay.
So what did you do when you got that information?
I asked him about it.
And what did you
No,
say,
she didn't
Mr.
ask me.
Collins?
She didn't ask
Well,
me
he gonna
anything.
say I told him.
Don't tell me what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It's what happened. She immediately told me she believed the woman over me, somebody who she's been with for 13 years now. She immediately told me, oh, I think you're the liar. She's telling the truth.
Did you give the stripper a ride home?
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell the stripper that you wanted her to give you a private dance?
No.
Or did you say anything close to that she could misconstrue?
Yes, she could have.
What did you say?
I told her, she was saying that the club that she was working at wasn't finished being remodeled or whatever. I said, well, maybe you need to do some private dances. Nothing else.
That's all you said?
That's all I said.
And you had no sexual contact?
None whatsoever.
Tell me what the expression on your face is, because I'm...
What somebody does. She's a stripper.
No, I'm just trying to get my arms around an ordained minister telling a stripper, make some extra money, private dancing.
And let me tell you why.
All right.
Tell you why.
At that.
Because first of all, I can't change who she is, but that don't mean I'm supposed to look down on her.
I would have said to her, okay, your club isn't open. This is an opportunity for you to find something different. Let's talk about your skill set. That's what you do. It ain't got nothing to do with judgment. That might have been your opportunity to give her a different role that would lead to church. I'm just saying.
Amen. And I agree with you.
So,
I I don't know. It's all kind of strange.
Ms. Collins,
Yes, Your
are
Honor.
there any other women that you're concerned that your husband is cheating with?
Yes, Your Honor. This is last but not least. I'm at church one day, and one of the ministers, after church, one of the ministers come up to me and say, ask your husband to stop calling my daughter phone after 10 o'clock at night.
Now let's really find out why I was calling the phone.
I say, what? Calling your daughter for? I wanted to know what for, too.
Why are you calling someone's
I
daughter
found out
after
it on-
10 o'clock at night?
And don't tell me it was to tell her to go do some private dancing, please.
I'm glad everyone's
Because
having
that's
a
the
good
only
laugh,
time
but it
you
ain't
calling
matter
after
for
10.
me.
You don't call nobody after
Excuse
10.
me, I'm talking again. I haven't interrupted you.
Well, that's
I was
not
calling
true.
these
either.
numbers because I found them in her phone. It wasn't just that one number. I called several numbers.
Are
Things
you
like that.
suggesting to this court was that you were going through your wife's phone, investigating, and so you were trying to find out who these numbers belonged to?
And that's why I was calling her number, to find out who it really was.
But there was no conversation with this lady?
None.
You never called her since?
No.
You had not called her before?
No.
There's no relationship of any sexual kind with this young lady?
Whatsoever. None.
This is a mess.
It is. It is.
This is a mess.
Yeah.
It is a mess.
Yeah.
Because you've got, you all been together for 13 years. If it comes back that he's cheating, you're done.
I'm done. I'm done. Because I don't deserve that. I don't.
But
I don't.
Well, let's look
let
at
me
the
ask
flip
you,
side of that.
hold on, Mr. Collins. But if it comes back that he has in fact not been cheating, can he come home?
I love my husband. Yes. Yes. Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Cullen, I think we have enough evidence. Let's talk about what we got.
Okay.
We have text messages from women in the middle of the night to include, I can't sleep. We have a woman who comes to Mrs. Collins and says, your husband asked me for a private dance. Then there was a woman who confronted Mrs. Collins at church, a parishioner, saying, tell your husband not to call my daughter after 10 o'clock. And then the final thing is he comes up with these old condoms and she's concerned that he had these condoms because she's like, well, who you using them with?
To get to the bottom of this court has done a complete and full investigation. At this time, the court will hear from former military interrogator and expert Lena Cisco to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please report Ms. Cisco in. Lena Cisco. Ms. Cisco, how are you today?
I am well, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. It's good to see you. Tell us what you did to investigate this case.
I first had the accused write a witness statement, which I analyzed for any indicators of deception and truthfulness, and then I interrogated Mr. Collins to see if he was cheating.
What were your initial findings?
When Mr. Collins came into the room, he was not friendly. He didn't want to look me in the eye, and he didn't want to shake my hand. After he sat down and we engaged in a conversation, he began to open up. At one point, we started talking about his wife, and he jumped up out of the chair and he headed to the corner of the room, and I could hear him. He was breathing really heavy and he started to cry. He had an emotional breakdown.
Wow. What did you learn further after that?
I asked Mr. Collins a lot of questions about the numerous allegations made against him. He admitted to me that he did indeed give a woman that works with his wife a ride. He admitted to me that he did have conversations late night with a woman. As he was telling me these two things, I saw no indicators of deception. I believe he was being truthful. However, he did admit something to me as we did talk, and he told me that before they were married, he did cheat on his wife, and it was about 2 to 3 women, and that was about 2009, 2010.
Yes.
Care about that.
So, what did you conclude regarding infidelity during your marriage?
He gave me no signs of deception. And so overall, I believe that Mr. Collins is being truthful, and he has not cheated on his wife since they've been married.
I love you, honey. I love you too. I take my vows very seriously.
Those are tears of joy I'm looking at.
Yes.
Tell him.
I love my husband. And I'm sorry.
All right, we gotta go home too. Y'all break that up. All right, Miss Collins. Oh. Now you know what? You don't even see men with handkerchiefs beside my daddy. I'm glad. Oh, and my husband, my better half.
Sorry.
Wait,
No,
wait a minute.
See, now you don't put me out there now, so now I gotta prove that I do carry a handkerchief. You don't put me out there now, so.
Miss Collins, I guess you're going home and he's coming home.
Yes, yes.
And let me just say to you, I am so happy for both of you.
Amen.
You all have been together 2 years, you're living together, but these cheating allegations have moved you from your bedroom to the couch or a family member's house. Please explain what has happened that has caused you to change your sleeping arrangements.
Well, Your Honor, I feel like Ms. Brunson isn't being 100% honest. I feel like she's cheating on me with my brother.
With your brother?
With my brother.
Wow.
What? You believe your girlfriend is sleeping with your blood brother?
Correct.
I mean, cheating is bad in and of itself. Then you complicate it with his brother?
But that's the thing. I'm not sleeping with his brother. I'm not sleeping with anyone but him.
And you're mad about it.
I really am. Because that's insulting. It's one thing to say that I'm cheating on you so you don't trust me, but it's another thing to say that I'm cheating on you with your brother. Like, this is blood, someone you grew up with. Like, are you serious? It's really upsetting.
But she's doing stuff that's untrustworthy. So it's not like it's if you show signs of cheating and if it's awkward when it comes to them, then what am I supposed to?
Okay, so what signs am I showing?
Well, she took the question out of my mouth. There it is. What sign is she showing?
Just the environment in itself is just causing me to be extremely uncomfortable. So I'm checking her phone. I'm noticing that she has extra panties in her purse and wipes in her purse and stuff like that. So
you're going through her purse?
Yes.
Yes.
You know that a woman's purse is sacrosanct, right?
Exactly.
Thank you.
I do.
I mean, even I know you don't go in a woman's purse.
That would be a problem, Mr. Cutler.
That's how we survived this long.
That's how we survived this long. And you know what? You're so well trained. When I invite you.
Well trained?
Well versed.
Okay.
Well versed that you, even when I asked you to go in my purse, you're like, really? For sure? I mean, and I'm like, yes, I told you to go get my keys. So, I mean, it's a real thing about women in their purse. When you found out that he had gone through your purse, what was your gut reaction to that?
Well, my gut reaction was to just blow up. I had to take a few breaths to calm down because, like you said, like a woman's purse is sacred. But then, not only did you go through my purse, but based off what you found, which to me isn't anything, you're still accusing me of doing something. Like I can't speak for all women, but me and my friends keep extra pair of panties, keep wet wipes because I don't like tissue, and I mean we're female. There are some things that could happen to where we might have to change our panties, and wet wipes keep us clean in that area. Oh, like cheating? Yeah, exactly. There is nothing about his brother that even remotely turns me on. I mean, he's
Not
like
your guy.
my same size and everything. Like, I'm trying to make love, not start fires. 2 sticks ain't gonna work. It's not. I'm not doing that.
So you like a man with a little meat on his bone?
I do, and obviously he has that. And
he's a good-looking man. He's a good-looking man.
I mean, his brother is ugly, but his personality, that's not something I'm attracted to. So there's nothing about him.
Okay, so tell me why you think she's cheating.
Like I said, every morning I get up to go to work. I typically grab my shirt out the hamper. This particular morning, I grabbed my shirt out the hamper and a pair of boxers fall out that aren't mine.
That aren't yours?
Boxers with me? Yeah, they're not mine.
Okay.
So as you can see, these are extremely small.
Right.
She never hefty guy. This ain't no hefty underwear, and it can barely fit on my arm. Can't
They
get one leg
tidy.
in them, you know. So they're very small, as you can see. At the time, my brother was staying with us, so of course the first thought was, these are his. I mean, he's a slimmer guy than I am. So the first thing I thought was, okay, what are my brother's boxers doing in our room?
But if the hamper's there.
If you can see the layout of our apartment, you would have a better understanding. So would you mind if I step to the screen?
You submitted the layout, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Please do.
So tell us what we're looking at.
So there's a hamper in our bedroom. There's a hamper in my brother's bedroom, and there's a hamper in the washroom. So my first question is, why? Like, this is our bedroom. Is he in our bedroom? Why are they in our bedroom?
You can step back.
Okay.
Let me wait till you get to your podium. All right, Ms. Brunson.
Ms. Brunson, I mean, those boxers look like they could fit a stick.
They definitely do.
So were you starting a fire?
No, never that. Never that, Judge. Never that. Just like I was telling Sergio, as you can see, we share a bathroom. And Sergio has lived with his brother for years. He knows that his brother is not a clean person. So when I saw these clothes on the ground, I picked them up and I put them in a hamper so that they can be washed.
So you're just saying this is a simple accident. It was just you trying to keep the place tidy.
Exactly.
Not you sleeping with his brother.
Disgusting.
Okay. Very clear how she feels about that. At least that's what she's saying.
Mr. Babino, do you buy that explanation?
I don't.
Obviously.
You don't buy it?
I don't.
Are there any other reasons to believe that Miss Brunson has stepped outside of your relationship with your brother, more importantly?
Typically, we have events at the house from time to time. So this particular incident, we were having a barbecue at the house. Once things start to die down and stuff starts to wrap up, the neighbor from next door pulls me aside and states that she's seen some strange activity between Angel and my brother.
You submitted a video statement from this neighbor.
I did.
All right, can we watch that right now? Please.
It was this one particular time that they were having a barbecue, Angel and Sergio having a barbecue. And I went outside to smoke a cigarette. And while I was out there, I seen her get out the car with Skylar, that's Serge's brother. And he grabbed her. They had at least been gone for an hour, over an hour.
Ms. Brunson, what was that about?
Okay, so what Sergio did not explain is that this neighbor is someone that I've told him on more than one occasion I believe likes him. Because the very first time that we met, like when he introduced me to this girl, she gave me the meanest of looks, like I stepped into her territory or something. So.
Never made you feel welcome?
At all.
You know, Mr. Keller, generally when you have relatives accusing relatives of sleeping with their significant other, it's usually something else going on.
Something else cooking under the surface?
Under the surface. So I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Babino, what's cooking under the surface?
Well, I was dating a girl. At this time, me and my brother were living together. And at that time, I worked like right around the corner from my job. So on my lunch break, I'm calling, she's not answering. So I call my brother, he's not answering. So, suspicion set in, worry. So I shoot to the house. Upon opening the door at the house, they're on the couch naked, together.
That's what hurts the most. I mean, I understand his past, and I understand that because of what happened, he's having trust issues, but those trust issues need to be with your brother. That has nothing to do with me.
And you are adamant that you are not sleeping with his brother.
No.
And you're like, that's what I think is going on.
That's what I think is going on.
And all the evidence is here to show it.
What it feels like, yes.
Well, there's your side, there's her side, and there's the brother's side. And the brother is here. Why would you escort him in, please?
Mr. Babino, I'll go right up to the witness stand. Your boxes, bro.
Would you state your name, please, for the record?
Skylar Babino.
Okay. And Mr. Babino, you are the brother of Mr. Sergio Babino, correct?
Yes.
How did you end up in that position, naked with his girlfriend?
Well, at the time, I didn't even really think that was his girlfriend. Like, I thought she was just like, at that time, it's two men living together. It's kind of like two bachelors living together, you know what I'm saying? They gonna have friends sleep over, you know what I'm saying? I got people that sleep over, he got people that sleep over all the time. You know, I think it was that he cared for her that way, you know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, roommates share food, and roommates may share clothes.
Yeah.
They might share bills.
Share that.
And so you figured any woman he brought home was fair game?
I mean, if he don't care about it like that, then, I mean, and if she coming on to me, then yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't like Angel. Like, I knew that's his girl. I knew he liked her. I mean, I put them together.
All right, well, how did your boxers end up in their hamper?
That ain't mine, man. That don't even look like it fit me. I'm skinny and all, but hey.
They look like they're your size.
I wear only one brand.
All right.
We heard another instance where a witness saw you grab Miss Brunson's bottom when you all came back from the store.
We ain't touch at all. At all.
So you completely deny even touching her?
Nah, I'm telling you, I ain't touched this girl at all. And I ain't no stick. Let me set the record straight, you know what I'm saying? Slim, not no stick.
You heard that testimony too,
Yeah,
huh?
man.
But you're not no stick?
Yeah, I ain't no stick.
Then that leads me to this question. You know, has there been an instance of these two sticks rubbing together?
No, never that, never that.
You have not had any kind of intimate relationship with Miss Brunson?
No, I put them together. Like, I think the girl was just mad because she liked my brother. And I introduced Angel to my brother. So, I mean, she kind of got a vendetta against Angel and me, you know what I'm saying? So, but I ain't never touched Angel, ever.
So, Mr. Babino, do you believe your brother?
No.
You don't believe him?
Wow.
You still believe that something has gone on between your brother and your girlfriend?
I mean, based on the past, I mean, even though he's tried to earn my trust back, at this point, I don't fully have his trust.
You still believe your girlfriend slept with your brother?
Yes.
If it turns out that that's true, if the results today come back that show that your girlfriend has slept with your brother, what's going to happen to your relationships? This relationship and this relationship?
They'll both be done. To be burned twice by, you know, a relative that you love, I mean, it's okay to, like I said, fool me once, shame on, you're right.
Shame on you.
Yeah, fool me twice, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So you're willing to walk away from love and blood?
Yes.
And Ms. Brunson, this has got to be hard on you because you are accused of sleeping with his brother. And you're standing here listening to this testimony, listening to the evidence, and you in your heart feel like you haven't done anything wrong.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. I mean, it's one thing, I don't know, one of my biggest pet peeves is being lied on and accused of things that I did not do.
Yeah.
And I've never been accused of doing anything to this extent. I mean, it's one thing to come to me and say, I believe you're cheating on me, but I'm cheating on you with your brother? Like, that's a type of character diminishment that I would never.
It's just low down, dirty, nasty stuff.
Exactly.
We've got a situation here where you got two relationships on the line. Mr. Babino, our witness, says he never has had any kind of intimate relationship with Ms. Brunson. And we have the fact that these two brothers have history. And for all these reasons, Mr. Babino believes there's something going on and he wants to get to the bottom of it today. And if it turns out that it's true, both relationships are done.
Well, this court has done a complete investigation to answer all of those questions. At this time, the court would like to call out certified polygraph examiner Michael Williams to determine, is she cheating? Mr. Williams, would you share with the court what your credentials are?
I'm currently a certified polygraph examiner for the state of Georgia, and I'm also a private detective.
All right. You asked Ms. Brunson, since the beginning of your relationship with your boyfriend, Mr. Babino, have you had sexual intercourse with his brother, Mr. Skylar Babino? What was her response?
Your Honor, she said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, the lie detector determined that she was being truthful.
You asked Ms. Brunson, since the beginning of your relationship with your boyfriend, Mr. Sergio Babino, have you had sexual intercourse with any other man? What was her response to that question?
Your Honor, she said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Lie detector determined she was being truthful.
Mr. Babino, now that you've gotten the answers to the questions you had, what do you see as the future of your relationship with Ms. Brunson?
Well, first off, I owe both of them an apology for the accusations in general. So I do apologize to both of y'all, and I do hope that me and Ms. Brunson can move forward. If she had me, I'd like to give her a hug if she doesn't mind.
Ms. Brunson?
I don't think she's at that point yet, and that's
I don't want to hug you.
She gonna give me a hug.
You can hug me.
Oh boy. Ms. Brunson, you've been carrying a weight.
I have.
It's gone. The question is, has the weight done so much damage that you can't move forward?
I don't think it's anything that a 7-day cruise wouldn't fix.
Whoa! I like how that girl thinks.